Welcome to the Crimson and Motive podcast. I'm your host, Alexandra. Join me as we explore the dark, twisted stories of murder, serial killers, and the demented. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me on my very first episode of this podcast, Crimson and Motive. So I wanted to take this opportunity to first introduce who I am, describe how I ended up loving true crime, and what's to be expected with this first season. So without further ado, you can probably tell by my accent that I'm Canadian. I come from a small province in Canada called Prince Edward Island, and currently I live in Alberta and have lived here now for almost 9 years. But I remember growing up in PEI and going over to my grandmother's all the time, and we would always watch some form of murder mystery, whether it be Murder, She Wrote, Columbo, Matlock, or even at home with my parents, I would be watching Unsolved Mysteries or America's Most Wanted. And I thought it was cool back then. I mean, I was super young, so I didn't really fully understand it all. But my love for true crime happened at a particular moment. I was 11 years old. My father just started dating somebody, and we went to her aunt's house for a visit. And I remember looking around this house and, doing what kids do, being adventurous and exploring and being bored. And I came across this book, and it was about a mother who murdered her children and just discussing the investigation behind it. And it fascinated me, and I couldn't put the book down. Now, luckily, this aunt let me borrow this book, and I read it in probably 2 days. So my love for true crime started at a very early age, and luckily, I can say that this took place way before the CSI craze that ended up happening in the 2001, 2002 timeframe. I remember every person or every second person in my class wanted to be a crime scene investigator when they grew up, and that's all everybody talked about. So I can say, thank goodness, my love for true crime started well before that, and it hasn't stopped. Even now, I am always watching true crime documentaries or investigative discovery or anything that I can get my hands on, whether it be a true crime novel, anything. But the crazy thing about all of this is I thought that I was the weird one of my class or of my family. And I thought I was the only one in the world that had this fascination with true crime. But as I started to talk to like my friends or relatives or coworkers, I realized it's an elephant in the room. Quite a lot of people like true crime. And as you can tell, there's so many podcasts out there that talk about the subject. So I'm actually hoping to bring something different to the table. And I debated for a while how I was going to approach this and how I was going to lay this all out. And I wasn't sure. At first I thought, maybe I'll do one case per season or even multiple cases per episode. But what I decided that I was going to do is I was going to do one theme per season, which brings me to what season 1's going to be all about. So I decided that I was going to name this season All in the Family. And this is going to be talking about not just serial killers, but family serial killers, whether it be couples, brothers, sisters, maybe cousins, maybe full families, and dive into what makes this family unit want to go out and murder people, even murder multiple people. So I am very excited to get these episodes up and going and for you to listen to them, because I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned, and I will have episodes coming up soon. Take care.